Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and our Unheralded Dynasty. We are in week 2, taking on our rival Texas State, coming off a really good win against ULM. I thought we did a lot of good things. Got a lot of freshmen in, got them some experience, and we're ready for the I-35 Showdown in week 2. Quick recap here against UL Monroe. We ended up winning 49-27. We played strong throughout the game, but we finished that fourth quarter with 21 points, 27 first downs, 462 yards of total offense. We ran for 190, which is what we want to do. We want to establish that run and then pick and choose when we go for big plays in the passing game. You know, I think Sateki Singh gives us a really good opportunity to identify blitzes when they're in man coverage, and we can exploit that. And I think we did that against UL Monroe. We had 5 yards per rush. Passing we went for 272, 13 yards per pass, which I think is relatively new for me playing this game. I'm getting really accustomed to the passing, when windows open up, what to look for. Because when I first started, I think, yards per pass was maybe under 10, right around 10. So I'm showing improvement there. That's exciting. We went for 272 passing yards, 3 of 6 on third down, not bad. 3 of 3 on fourth. In the red zone, 71% to their 75. Turnovers, we were able to turn them over twice with a fumble and an interception. And then punt return yards, kick return yards, and time of possession, we got them 21 to 18. So really good first win. We're ready to jump into week 2. Let's go look at recruiting. All right, so Steven Shermer, he's our top target. As you look at his attributes, you kind of see why. He got 92 speed, 87 excel, 87 tackle. He's that run-stopping athlete. He's got good size at 6'3", 243. I mean, you pair this guy with Dante Ware next year and the year after, that is a solid middle linebacking core. So we sent the house on him. You guys learned more about him in the last episode. So he's a TV time guy. He gets playing time. Championship contender is a D. It did go up from a D-, so we're moving in the right direction. And then brand exposure is a D-. So not the best pitch. And I'm actually going to use sellornod.com to see if we want to hard sell this guy. All right, after checking sellornod.com, it says it's a good chance. That A+ really helps us with this pitch. So we're going to hard sell him. Then we're going to add that DM. All right, next we got Orlando Heron. He's second on our board. You can see why. He's a route running wide receiver. He is a gem. He's got that 89 speed, 89 acceleration, which I don't think you really see at the 3-star level. 92 agility, good catch in traffic. Medium short route, really good. Awareness at 64. And so we're going to stay after Orlando. And right now we're just talking to friends and family and sending a DM. Let's take a moment and look at what his friends and family are saying about him and the DM that Coach O'Connell sent to Orlando. All right, here's a lead scout report on Orlando Heron and the friends and family assessment from Coach Ways-Becruten. He says, Coach, just wrapped up a deep dive on Orlando Heron through his social circle. This kid has something special that doesn't show up in traditional scouting reports. Family insights. His grandma, Eloise Heron, his primary guardian, says Orlando has that book, The 4 Agreements, on his nightstand. Dog-eared, highlighted, notes in the margins. After reading it, he started applying an excellence in everything mindset to every single rep, not just games. When he commits to something, you can absolutely count on it being done with excellence. His character has always been strong, but that book really helped him articulate his approach to life and football. His aunt Janelle, who's a high school English teacher, says Orlando processes feedback differently than most teenagers. When his position coach is hard on him, he absorbs the message without getting defensive and implements the feedback immediately. I've watched him translate criticism into technical adjustments faster than any student I've taught in 15 years. His uncle Marcus, who is a former high school head coach, now an athletic director, says Orlando doesn't just compete, he calculates. I took him to a chess tournament last year. He doesn't just play, he strategizes. He knows when to wait, when to strike. You put that kind of mind in the slot or on a motion route, that's a problem for defenses. For his peer relationships, we talked to Jason Kim, the chess club president. He said, Orlando approaches chess with remarkable strategic discipline. He's always 3 moves ahead and never makes assumptions about his opponent. He analyzes patterns methodically and adapts quickly. His focus during matches is impressive, calm, deliberate, and precise. Marcus Diaz, who's in the chess club, says Orlando's the only one who trash talks using philosophy. He'll take your rook and say, that's the consequence of assuming. When I asked him to elaborate, Marcus laughed. He doesn't get in your face or anything. He just has these calm one-liners that make you think while he's dominating the board. Then we talked to Derek Simmons, the footwear station manager where Orlando works. He says most high school kids with his talent would be coasting on a part-time job, but Orlando approaches selling shoes with the same intensity as football. What's remarkable is how he handles difficult customers. Never takes it personally, stays calm and focused. He once mentioned that he tries to bring his absolute best to everything he does, no matter how small the task. Al's assessment: Orlando's mindset separates him from other receivers with similar physical traits. His grandmother mentioned the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz as a transformative text for him, and I can see the principles reflected in his approach. 1. His word is impeccable. Teammates and coaches trust his commitments. 2. He doesn't take criticism personally. He maintains composure and focus. 3. He avoids making assumptions. He asks questions and seeks clarity. 4. He brings his best effort to everything, from route running to chess to his job. What I find particularly valuable is how his strategic thinking in chess mirrors what we need in our option route system. The pattern recognition, the ability to think several moves ahead, and the calm decision-making he shows on the chessboard are exactly the skills needed when reading coverages and making split-second route adjustments. His route precision isn't just physical, it's philosophical. He studies defender tendencies rather than guessing. He remains composed when corners try to disrupt his timing. He maintains practice intensity that directly translates to game performance. Recommendation: prioritize Orlando, but approach from an intellectual angle. His why matters as much as the football opportunity. Have Coach Madison connect with him about the mental aspects of route running. Scouting note: Heron grades poorly in the usual metrics recruiters drool over: size, exposure, campus appeal. But that's exactly why we're in this game, Coach. The metrics can't measure heart, discipline, or a mind trained by the 4 Agreements. He's not interested in hype. He's interested in purpose. That's us. Always on the hunt. Al. All right, here's the DM to Orlando from Coach O'Connell. He says, Orlando, watched your game versus Coral Springs Friday night. Your route discipline in that third quarter comeback was exceptional. What impressed me most was how you stayed focused after that early drop pass and kept executing for your team. At UTSA, we invest in what actually develops players, not what impresses recruits. Our route timing technology helps receivers perfect their craft. Recovery resources that keep you in peak condition. Most importantly, coaches who push you hard, but have your back when you're working to master something new. I'm in my second year at UTSA, but 70% of our staff has been together for 7 years, through the high school, FCS, and now here. Coach Madison and I have been developing receivers together that entire time. That continuity means we truly understand how to build players from the ground up. I know San Antonio isn't close to home. 22 hours is a real distance. But proximity isn't just about miles. We've built a program where you stay deeply connected to family while growing independently. Your grandmother can watch every game online. We coordinate family visits around your schedule. We've had players from Florida whose families became part of our extended program community. Regular video calls with family during meals, care packages coordinated through our staff. The distance gives you space to grow, but you're never disconnected from the people who matter most. Those principles you've been studying, being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, not making assumptions, always doing your best, they align perfectly with what we build here. Team first excellence through individual mastery. We're not just recruiting a receiver. We're recruiting a teammate who elevates everyone around him. Your chess club teammates respect your leadership. Your work manager trusts your consistency. That's exactly what we need in our receiver room. And then Orlando says, Coach O'Connell, that drop pass definitely got in my head for a second. But I remembered what you taught us at camp about focusing on the team, not the mistake. Helped me lock in for that comeback drive. The facilities you're talking about sound perfect. Other schools show me crazy lounges with waterfalls, but I just want to get better. Route timing tech and good recovery stuff, that's what I need to take my game up. Wow, 70% of your staff together for 7 years? That's incredible. My position coach here has been with me 3 years, and it's made a huge difference. Knowing you and Coach Madison have that kind of history gives me confidence. I've been thinking about what you said at camp about distance versus connection. My grandmother raised me and never missed a game. What you're describing, the online viewing, coordinated visits, That's exactly what we talked about. She'd love being a part of the program family, even from far away. What you said about being a teammate who elevates others, that really hit me. I try to do that in chess club and at work. When I keep my word and stay consistent, it seems to help everyone else step up too. Can't wait to learn more about the program. We play Westwood Friday. They love their press coverage. Good chance to put in work and show my team they can count on me. All right, so you can see why Orlando's second on our board. Family and friends can't say enough good things about him. He is unheralded. There is nobody else after this guy. And then we got to see what Coach O'Connell sent to him, the DM. Coach O'Connell is very thoughtful about how he connects with players. And it's fun to see that come through in this dynasty. All right, third on our board, we got David Quatoriano, deep threat wide receiver. You can see Oklahoma State was after him. He's got 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 76 catching, agility's at 85, catching traffic 75. Really good attributes for a three-star kid. He's out of Lancaster, Texas. We got the Silver Pipeline. Really excited about him. You can see we're making more ground than Oklahoma State. We're going to see what his hard sell is, if we can figure it out. And hopefully we can continue to make really good ground on him. All right, so David is a team player. If you're ever wondering if coach stability is the only green check mark you get, after going through all of these, team player is the only one that includes coach stability. So if you ever get that green check mark there, you know what it is. You don't have to waste time thumbing through. It's team player. So we got a good sell here. A-, C, C. I'm going to assume that's good if A+, D, and D- were good. So we'll pitch him on that. And again, hopefully continue to make really good ground. Next, we got Joey Lester, physical wide receiver. And we got 3 wide receivers we're targeting, one of each tendency. I think it's important to have that balance, have different guys with different abilities. Hopefully we can train them to be more well-rounded by the time they're seniors. But for now, we want to get a variety of wide receivers in. But Joey Lester looks good. You can see 93 speed, 83 acceleration, a little bit low, but when you're 6'5", 208, we can kind of look past that acceleration. Spec catches at 85, catching traffic 78, short route 79, jumping at 90. I mean, this guy's got some good attributes. So we'll keep him at 35. Next, we got Ramon Torres, field general, middle linebacker. He's got 84 speed, 81 agility, 80 tackle, 80 pursuit, 83 acceleration. I really want to solidify our linebacking core with guys who can do what we need them to do. And I think Ramon would help fill that. I think we're really thin there now. You can see Rice and Baylor are after him, but we're making the most ground. We'll keep him as is. Tyler Grimm, another field general, middle linebacker. We're the only team after him. We made a big jump. I forgot how to navigate recruiting back to the board. So we'll keep Tyler Grimm as is. George Williams is a pass protecting right tackle. So I think George has what we're looking for. We've got 25 on him. We're the only team going, so we'll keep him as is. Jay Stork, another lineman. He's that agile center, could move to guard, but we're the only team after him, so that's looking good. Sean Apple, JUCO corner. We need to continue to build depth at corner. We got a lot of redshirt freshmen that could start next year, maybe a few seniors, and let's actually check on that. So next year we'll have Sizer, Villain, Santos, but I think they'll all be maxed out. So it would be nice to bring in a JUCO guy that can help balance that out. I know those freshmen will probably make some big jumps, but I'd like to get a JUCO guy in there as well. So we're looking good on him. We made a bigger jump than Illinois. We'll see how they respond. Next, we got George Orji, strong safety, hybrid. We're making really good ground on him. We're going to keep him at 40. And as I think about it, let's take 5 off George, and we'll put them on Sean here. Just because George seems to be making more ground than Sean. And then Tony Cantrell is a 2-star guy we put, 10 points into. Rice is there after him. I think we're making more ground on him. All right, Ladson, another route running wide receiver, looking good there. David Pack, JUCO tight end, looking good on him. He's getting to his top 8. We're the only one with a scholarship. Ricky Westfall, the right guard. I don't think offensive line is the biggest need for us, but it never hurts to bring in more guys. And then Patrick Duck, I think, Texas State is jumping up there. Texas Tech never offered. We'll kind of play this one out. We'll see how it goes. All right, next on our board, we got 2 guys that insta-committed. Andres Magnifico and Joe Chickillo. They're not high school teammates, but they've got a really interesting backstory. We're going to dive into that now, and you'll see why both Andres and Joe committed instantly to the same team. Let's check out their story. The inseparable edge, the Chickillo-Magnifico connection. The connection between Joe Chickillo and Andres Magnifico began with breakfast. Growing up as next-door neighbors in Katy, Texas, their friendship was forged on a simple ritual. Every Saturday morning, 5-year-old Joe would stand at the fence with a box of sugary cereal, while Andres emerged with his grandmother's homemade breakfast tacos. They'd trade half their breakfast over the fence, a tradition that neighbors still remember years later. Their only friendship crisis occurred in 6th grade, when both developed crushes on the student council president. The situation came to a head on Valentine's Day when they discovered each other hiding chocolate gifts in her locker, only to learn from Madison's laughing friend that she was allergic to chocolate. By that evening, they were back to diagramming plays, having decided that defensive schemes were less complicated than romantic gestures. By middle school, they had earned the nickname the Bash Brothers, after a memorable youth football championship game where they combined for 6 sacks while playing defensive end on opposite sides. Her coach coined the term after watching them execute a perfectly coordinated pass rush stunt. Magnifico-Chickillo are like some kind of Bash Brothers out there. One's calculating and precise, the other's all instinct and explosion. But somehow, they always end up meeting at the quarterback. The nickname stuck, reinforced by their elaborate handshake celebrations after every significant defensive play. When Joe's father received a promotion that moved the family to Red Oak, Texas, after 8th grade, the 3.5-hour distance transformed rather than dissolved their friendship. Their parents arranged monthly weekend visits, which became intense multi-sport training camps. Both became standout 3-sport athletes in high school. Joe excelled in football, basketball, and track and field, becoming a regional qualifier in shot put and discus. Andres dominated football, basketball, and baseball as a power-hitting third baseman. What made their approach unique was their willingness to step into each other's athletic worlds. Andres would join Joe at track camps, while Joe attended baseball camps with Andres. I remember the day Andres showed up at my shot put clinic, recalls camp director Lawrence Johnson. He told me he was a baseball player but wanted to understand rotational power better. Those two were always sharing notes about how different sport techniques connected. Throughout high school, they maintained their connection through weekly video calls and a shared digital notebook called Edge Masters, filled with technique analysis that grew to hundreds of pages. Their Sunday night debriefing sessions, where they broke down their Friday night games, became legendary among their respective coaches. The college recruitment process revealed the depth of their connection. When UTSA discovered Andres early in his senior season, Coach O'Connell's development-focused approach resonated deeply. Days later, the coach visited Red Oak to scout another player when Joe caught his attention with his exceptional technical precision. After receiving his offer, Joe called Andres. Their conversation lasted 30 seconds. "You didn't tell him about me, did you?" Joe asked. "Nope, they found you on your own merit," Andres replied. "Coach O'Connell talked about my discus technique and almost the exact words we use in our notebook. I know he connected my baseball rotation to pass rush moves the same way. It's like he's been reading our minds." Both became instant commits to UTSA. When they finally revealed their history to Coach O'Connell during a joint video call, the coach was amazed. "I was watching both your films separately and kept thinking there was something oddly complimentary about your playing styles. Now it makes perfect sense. You two have been developing as a pass rush tandem, even while playing 200 miles apart." When news broke about their joint commitment, a reporter asked Andres if they planned to revive the Bash Brothers moniker at UTSA. "We've been practicing those celebration handshakes in separate cities for 4 years. Andres replied with a grin. "Just imagine what we'll cook up when we're finally on the same sideline again." As they lead their respective teams through their senior seasons, opponents' offensive coordinators can be heard lamenting. "It's like they know what we're going to do before we do it." Little do they realize that on Sunday nights, those game films are being analyzed by 2 future roadrunners, developing their craft together across the distance, counting down the months until they'll finally reunite as the Bash Brothers of UTSA. Their story proves that friendship and shared passion can transcend distance, creating bonds that make both individuals stronger. Come next fall, UTSA will welcome not just 2 talented defensive ends, but a partnership that's been a decade in the making. All right, so there you have it. A little deep dive into Andres and Joe and their friendship. And we're really happy to have both those guys on our team. I think they're going to be stalwarts on our D-line for years to come. Next, we got Stephen Farrar, JUCO D-tackle. He's got really good size, 6'5", 285, power rusher. D-tackle isn't the biggest need of ours. We brought 2 freshmen in and a JUCO last year, but on the D-line, I think we really need depth, and I think Stephen can provide that. Chauncey Redmond, another athlete run stopper for the only team after him. We'll keep him as is. Alonzo Doucette, pass coverage, middle linebacker. We'll keep him on the board. We're number 2. Doesn't look like we're going to lose that anytime soon, so we'll keep him on. Alejandro Franco, another athlete run stopper. We really love recruiting these athlete run stoppers. We can move them to safety. We can play them in the middle, sometimes at D end. Jamal Cheek, pass coverage, middle linebacker. We may pull off him. Next, we got Carlos Gee, junior college cornerback, sophomore. Texas Tech, putting in more points. We don't have anything. We're at number 2. We're going to stay on him. See if we can't free up points later on. Daniel Hernandez, JUCO free safety. UNLV there again. but with only 2 teams offering him, we're going to stay in that. Same with Eduardo Clapp. Strong safety. We're making as much ground as SMU. We'll stay on him, see if we can free up points for some of these guys later on. Scruggs, we'll stay after him. He's a power tendency. That's what we're looking for in our next kicker. George German, athlete, scrambler. Only team after him. Baskerville, elusive running back, athlete. We may pull off him. Texas State is really going after him. Mario Harris, elusive back. Texas Tech really going hard after him. Quentin Stewart, we're the only team that offered him. We'll stay on him, hopefully continue to climb up his board. Same with BJ Sanders, JUCO, pass coverage, middle linebacker. Dexter Clark, another power kicker. Depify, another power kicker. Denard Daniel, a 2-star, power rusher. And then Cam Stoddard here. I saw those guys didn't have scholarships. I'm wondering, I think Heron, I think we can pull 10 off him, get those guys scholarships. Yeah, now we can get these guys schollies. They'll be good to go. All right, I got to find one person to pull off the board, and then we'll check in with Coach Al Ways-Becruten and see who he's found. All right, so Jamal Cheek is going to come off the board. Ole Miss is really going after him, Southern Miss. We'll let those two battle it out, and we'll see who Coach Al has for us. Coach, I've been investigating a quarterback in Missouri who's being completely overlooked because of family reputation. After spending a week deep diving into Rashad Denson's story, I'm convinced we're looking at one of the most undervalued prospects in the country. Quick profile, 2-star high school QB out of Park Hill High School, 6'2", 209, scrambler tendency, but primarily a passer, 67% completion rate, 23 TDs, 4 picks this season. Also plays free safety, 6 picks, handles punt returns when needed, 3.2 GPA while taking AP courses and working part-time. The problem? Rashad's older brother Marcus was dismissed from Missouri for academic and conduct violations 2 years ago. Marcus was the first in their family to experience D1 football and made some poor decisions navigating that environment. Since then, college recruiters have been hesitant to even evaluate Rashad seriously. I talked to 3 Power 5 coordinators who admitted they removed Rashad from their boards once they made the family connection. The assumption? Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What we actually found? Here's what most programs don't know. Marcus has learned from his mistakes and is now one of Rashad's biggest mentors. Marcus works locally and has been advising Rashad in navigating college recruiting and preparing for the D1 environment. Their youth league coach told me Marcus went through something difficult, but he's grown from it. Now he's helping Rashad avoid the same pitfalls. His coaches describe Rashad as a player coach who organizes team study sessions and has never missed a practice in 4 years. His AP teacher told me, when his brother's situation happened, Rashad came to my office and said, I need to make sure I never give anyone a reason to doubt my character. He's exceeded every expectation. Athletic evaluation. Rashad runs Park Hill's pro-style offense, completing 67% of his passes with 23 TDs and 4 picks. At 6'2" and 209 pounds, he has good arm strength and processes reads quickly. His mobility isn't elite, but he's effective extending plays and picking up first downs with his legs. Key film highlights versus Liberty North. Perfect back shoulder throw on comeback route. NFL caliber ball placement. Reads Mike linebacker dropping, immediately finds hot route for 18 yards. Playing safety, reads QB's eyes and returns interception 35 yards for TD. Game-winning drive. 3rd and 8, pocket collapses, steps up and finds seam for 22 yards. Why this is our type of recruit. Rashad has spent 2 years proving himself while learning from his brother's experience. When I asked about his goals, he said, I want to be so good that nobody can question whether I belong. That drive comes from experience, not bitterness. Our adaptive power offense is perfect for his skill set. Arm strength for traditional concepts, mobility to extend plays, and defensive experience that helps him read coverage. His two-way experience would be invaluable in our QB room for helping prepare our defense in practice. Current recruiting. He's being recruited by Northern Iowa, Southeast Missouri State, and Western Illinois. Arkansas State and Ball State are showing interest. We have the chance to get a player with Power 5 talent who's been prepared for the college environment through both success and learning from mistakes. His high school coach says he wants to make a decision before Christmas. Every major program that's written him off, based on assumptions, will regret it. This young man could become a program cornerstone, someone future recruits point to as an example of what we're building. Want to set up a call with him this week? Al. All right, so Rashad Denson looks like a really good 2-star prospect out of Riverside, Missouri. He's got good size at 6'2", 209. I like the athlete label. We've got George German here who offers that athleticism as well. All right, that is going to do it for recruiting. Let's move on. All right, Texas State is coached by George King. He's a level 31 tactician. They run the veer and shoot in the 4-2-5 defensive scheme. He's got a 9-5 record with them, 2-0 bowl record. They're 6-7 against top 25, not bad. 2-2 against their rivals, including a win versus us last year. So hopefully we can push his rival record to 2-3. All right, let's go check out their team. All right, Texas State is our only rival, and so we're going to get to know them pretty well as the seasons go. Their starting quarterback this year is Jimmy Yearby. He's a redshirt junior, field general. He's got the field general silver. I don't think that gives him the ability to identify blitzes post-snap, maybe in certain conditions, but 83 overall. He's got good arm strength at 93. Running back, they got Mitch Couch, 89 speed, 94 excel, agility 94, change of direction 94, strength is only 54. He's 5'9", 189, so he's a shifty guy back there. Najee Algier, behind him, he's an elusive back. Again, 5'8", 179, not the biggest running backs, but with their veer and shoot, they're going to have a lot of open space to make guys miss and get some big chunks of yards. Fullback they probably don't use, but 83 overall. Tyler Bentley looks solid. Wide receiver, they got Desmond Ahmad, 94 overall, 97 speed, 97 acceleration, 93 agility, 94 change of direction, 89 catch, 92 catch in traffic. He's got the bronze takeoff ability. So this guy can definitely be a problem on the outside, and we've got to do everything we can to blanket him. Behind him, they got Kylan Evans, another deep threat, 91 speed, 95 excel, 99 agility, 97 change of direction, 90 catch in traffic. He's got the layout physical ability. They got some solid receivers here. Aaron Boren, Sidney Gillette. Tight end wise, they got Cameron Lindsay. He's a blocking tight end, 76 speed, 91 overall. Behind him, they got Eric Hall, possession tight end, 86 speed. It looks like they got solid tight ends here. Left tackle, they go 85. Franklin McNeil. He's got strong grip and ground and pound. Devontae Price goes 82 overall, no physicals. Center, they got Jazz McGinn. He's got quick drop. Wayne Price, 85 overall. He's got inside shield. Right tackle, they got Matt Muhammad. He's at 83 overall. Defensively, you got Darius Carman at left end. He's 90 overall. He's got duress, which is going to increase his effect on a quarterback. Right end, they got Justin Kirkpatrick. He's got takedown. He's 85 overall. So good, two good D ends for them. D tackle, they go 75 and 70. Maybe a weakness for them. But Manny Rubin's got pocket disruptor and recoup. Left outside linebacker, looks like he's injured. Terrence Myers, 84 overall, but he's got grip breaker, outside disruptor, and inside disruptor at the silver level. But Souza may go. Doesn't look as good. The physicals aren't there, but 81 overall is still solid. Middle linebacker, they go Dante Chosen. He's got wrap up. He's a run stopper type, only 80 speed. So far, not much speed at the linebacker position. And same with LaMarcus Arnold, but he's got grip breaker, gold outside disruptor, and then bronze inside disruptor. So somebody we have to be aware of if we run that stretch play or anything to the outside. We maybe have to run away from his side. Cornerback, they go 88. George Sendejo, 95 speed, 95 excel. He's a slot type. He's got bronze house call. Tyler Rizzo, 91 speed, 83 overall. He's got bronze house call. Sam Wagner, 88 speed, zone tendency. He's got layout and house call. So Sendejo looks really good. Rizzo's solid, and then it falls off after that. And I want to remind you that I think we took 1 or 2 corners from them in the recruiting process, so that feels good. Free safety, they got Tice Williams, 88 speed, 81 overall. He's got platinum robber, so we got to be aware of that. And he's got silver house call. Strong safety, they only go with 72 with Frederick Bruss. He's got bronze house call, 93 speed though. He's a hybrid type, but maybe a weakness here that we can exploit at strong safety. And then the other one at D tackle, 75. Maybe we run inside more that we run outside. And the kicker goes 70 overall, kick power at 76, punter, kick power 84. He's at 76 overall. So that's a look at the Bobcats. They ended up doing pretty well last year. They ended up above us in the rankings, but they're at 0-1 this year. Hopefully we can give them their second loss this season. All right, that is going to do it for this episode. We're going to leave you with by the numbers. Texas State, technically better than us, 85, 85, 85, but I think we found some key points, especially on defense, that we can maybe exploit at D tackle in the strong safety position, maybe the cornerback position as well. But we go 83, 82, 84. It's going to be a good test for us. We are at home, that helps. So I'm looking forward to playing them in the next episode, and hopefully we can even our series with them at 1-1. So I'll see you in the next episode. But until then, keep gaming, keep growing, and keep celebrating those obscure victories. Game on.